Welcome to Developbit. My name is Tammy. In this video tutorial, we're going to look at PowerBI, how to enter data manually. It's true, with PowerBI, there are so many various data sources that you can connect to, from Excel to Access to SharePoint to various data sources. But what if you just need to enter data manually? Maybe you have a small data set that you can just use in order to create your own visualization. Well, in this case, you can use a feature called Enter Data. So with this, we're going to look at how we can create data manually and create just a quick table as well as a visualization. So let's begin. So on our Home tab, which we're already there, you'll notice here I'm going to click on the Enter Data button in order to enter some data. Notice here the Create Table window actually appears. This allows you to go in to update the column name as well as insert other columns itself. Now for starters, I'm just going to only work with two columns. My first column is going to be states and the other one is going to be about quarter cells. So I'm just creating a quick data set that deals with quarter cells. So you can also double click on the column name itself and rename it. So I'm just going to call it states. Now, if I want to, I can tab over like I did and it will produce another column. Or I can click on this little asterisk here and it'll allow me also to insert a column. So after I've named the first column states, I am going to name this column quarter cells. Okay. Now after I've completed naming both of my columns, I can actually go within, just like an Excel spreadsheet, and start adding in my data. So I can actually press the enter button. I can use my up and down arrow keys to navigate in between the columns itself. So I'm only going to type in a few states and add a few quarter cells. So the first one will be Virginia. As you notice, I'm pressing the enter. California. Ohio. Tennessee, and I'm thinking of another one. Let's see. Misspelled it. Maryland. So I'm going to add in my quarter cells because this comes from quarter cells of what I keep. So I'm just going to put in some numbers. And as you can see, I'm just actually tabbing down by using my arrow key. Now, after I've completed just entering in 5 states and the quarter cells for those 5 states, I am going to actually update the name of the table, because once I select either the load or the edit button to complete this, then it's going to actually show that name of the table in that field itself. So I'm just going to call it states with quarter cells. Okay. And after I update that name itself, I have two options. I can either load it automatically because this is the data I actually want, or I can click on the edit button to go into the Power Query mode to update it. Maybe I need to update it based upon the data type that's listed here. Maybe I need to add more calculations. So in the tutorial that I've created on developbit.com, it also goes more in depth about how you can go into the edit mode to do these things. But for now, in this video, we're going to look at how we're just going to click on the load button because we just want this data that we have here. So after I click on the load button, you will notice that it's going to say that it's loading and it's applying the changes. And then shortly over to the right hand side, you'll notice that my fields are available. that says states with quarter cells. Now I only have two columns that I created, the states and the quarter cells. Now just as a basic, we're just going to select the visualization for the table here, and I'm going to expand it out so we can be able to see this. And I just want to select the states by clicking on the checkbox and the quarter cells itself. Now, if it's too small for you, we can always go back in and make changes to the formatting by clicking on the paintbrush and updating the size of it, the font style or the font family, in case we want to change that. Now, since I've created this visualization, I'm going to deselect it so I can add another one in. This time, I want to include a pie chart. So I'm going to select the pie chart, and again, I'm going to select my states, and I'm going to select my quarter cells so that it can show what my states and my quarter cells are. And again, we can always go back in, since this is actually selected, and select the paint roller or the formatting tool in order to update the colors, change the detail labels, add more title to it, change the size of the text as well as the font family itself. In this video, we looked at how we can be able to create a quick data set, a small data set, using the Enter Data button itself. Thank you so much for watching this quick tutorial of Developbit. Thank you so much.